square right there now. We tapped the, I think we, well, I just shifted a little bit, but I thought we tapped it, honestly. I thought we were very close.
We tapped some blue line that I drew from something, so that's going to be off the volume profile.
Yeah.
All right, we're live.
All right, so let's see. I'll zoom in. So 30 minutes. Let me turn off the VPVR for a second. Okay, so this means, do you guys know what this means when you have a cutoff in the volume profile like this? You guys know what that means? Anyone?
It's the value area low, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a specific meaning to in volume profiles, what it means.
Don't know.
Anyone else on the call? So when you have a cutoff like this, that means the auction failed. So they did not complete the auction, and then basically we just dumped. We will revisit this very shortly here. So what do you guys think I'm going to do tomorrow on these puts that we have? Me personally, I'm going to take it at open, right? But that means this is a failed auction. When it has a cutoff like this, like a sharp edge, you want to make sure that if you're short below it, that you exit at your next target, because this is going to be retested really, really quick. That means the auction failed, and then the auctioneer is going to drive it back up to see if there was any buyers, sellers. That's the natural path. And if you kind of scroll through your VP, you see how this one has a nice end. It gets smaller, smaller, smaller. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So that tells you that it went naturally, that it was working properly, that market was kind of in sync what it's supposed to do. And then you can find it elsewhere, right? And you'll see how well those levels get respected and retested when it has an auction fail here. Like this one here had an auction fail here. You guys see it? Let me see if I can zoom in. Where was it? Right here. Look at this. You guys see here? The next day, immediately, what did it do? It dropped below it, and it drove it back up. And then if you go all the way to the right, you'll see that this level was a fairly important level for the remainder of the kind of trading, right? So those levels you kind of want to watch out, right? But you want to find them fresh. This is too far, April 29th. That already played out a long time ago. So the key, and here we go, here's the bounce that I was afraid that it would happen. The key is always finding the latest demand, the fresh supply and imbalances, and that's why we use VPOC. So beyond this level, we just got to find what's next. Not really much to add besides this, area here, which is 3,900. So I'm not gonna really add it. I know it's there. I'm gonna go to 4 hours. Look at the. Yep. So we hit this demand. Now we gotta pull back a little bit to see what else is remaining here. Seems like 3846. Cool. Well, if anyone's got the clouds up, Drew on toss. Where's the weekly bottom? Do you know?
Oh, let me check for you. On SPX?
No, yes.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, so it'd be $100.
We're below it.
Be below the weekly?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
38.87.
So we got 3807.
38.87.
Okay. And then below that 3747 in terms of just price action and levels.
No, we're not quite below it. So 3846 is the bottom of the weekly bottom.
3846?
Yep.
So is that the 2.0 or 1.5?
I'm sorry?
Is that the 2.0 or 1.5 of the cloud?
I don't know.
The bottom. Is it the outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay.
The inside is 3945.
Okay. Well, we need to switch to monthly then.
Yeah, monthly bottom is 3732, and that's the inside of the monthly.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of looking at right now, and that's where I would expect a bounce 37.42, and then this is where you can kind of take a look at the VPVR and look here. It's telling you there's a little bit of demand here, but this is a skinny belly that we are in right now. So if you guys look, the next logical bounce should be here. So this here is not even a true demand zone, so it should be somewhere around here that we get a bounce. So 3700s might be here. So we might get a little stop here in this area, and then if we break this, what level is this? If we break this level right here that we're on, well, where are we at right now? I guess 3820 breaks, man. We get a quick dump 3700. I mean, that would be beautiful if they decide to do it before open, but so that'd be ES, SPX. So that's a big level on SPX right there. Yeah, see it. Literally this 3900. I mean, and this is going to be broken tomorrow. So next level is 3820. I think that's where I got it. 3820 will be the next one here. There you go, 3822. That's where I got it, dumpster.
Cool, thanks.
Figure out how to make this. Yeah, so this would be the area that we're going to watch a bounce. And if this breaks, then, you know, we got a dump all the way 37.17. So we'll just mark that. William shelf. And this would be your skinny belly here. So if you're not in a short position already, you don't want to be chasing. So you need it to break below 3800, and then you get this almost 80-point drop here, and you just stay in it and you wait. You want to make sure you buy time. You don't play 0DT in this. So I'll definitely watch this tomorrow. I'll just check to see if there's any potential channels that we might be in. Nothing here. I mean, I just see a big old bear flag, and this doesn't update right now for me. I don't know if it does for anyone, so we'll switch to buy. So we had a nice bear flag there. There was a volume shelf here being built. See, they're expecting a bounce here. I mean, they were expecting this bounce here. You guys see how this cluster was created here? You see the little area, then this cluster was created, and you see the little area. So it's interesting to see when you're, this is just gonna be bloody tomorrow, guys. I hate to say it, but don't look at your 401ks for a little bit. So 38896 is huge. I mean, that's here. Then you have this guy here. Oof. Maybe they stopped it in this gap to get a relief bounce. But there's a high chance we go to 370 here. Which would make sense. That was the previous support here, right? So that's your support from March 5th. So obviously if we're below 381, which I think we will be. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 3,400 is definitely doable. And you think about IWM, and that lines up. Look at this shelf here. I mean, I went off of the candle, and this lined up perfectly here with this shelf. So, you know, it doesn't mean it happens overnight. You have some, you know, you can short below here. Right, so, and I'm just using, why do you guys think I'm using this instead of the VSP, like a session volume profile, anyone?
So it doesn't go back far enough.
And that doesn't go back far enough, and this gives me cumulative shelves, right? So that's what I want to see. VSPV is really good within like 15, 20 days, 30 days, but now we're getting a little bit overextended. And you really don't want to be relying on data that's way out there. I mean, even these shelves are way out there, but it's cumulative, right? So So 352 will be potentially a nice bounce. They could trap shorts right here. And then obviously this here this is the daddy of the supplies or demand, so I'm sorry. So that's something we'll watch. So these are the levels. And it's going to be probably to 378. It could get a little bounce right here. So bulls will try to defend this because they know, if they don't, right, you see what happens, right? Then it goes another 6 points. Then they have this area, and then it really opens up. And then I like to check monthlies now. Okay, if you guys are not scared yet, hopefully something's clicking. That's the biggest shelf. Okay. Do you guys remember what volume profile this is? Just flip this to the other side. It's a small b, guys. How do I say it without scaring people? Yeah, I'll not say much. But yeah, some of these levels have to be retested, guys. Even this red one here will have to be retested at some point here. So just be patient with your portfolio. Do not green yet, but it's gonna be painful to watch for some time. So we potentially expect a little bounce right here, which would make sense. And to drop below 340s, comes 300s, and then that's where you're gonna get buyers. So that's pretty much where you got buyers here on this trend line. That will be the next one, and then continue up. So you're looking into timeline-wise. You guys see this where it's crossing? Politely, we could be in a downtrend for 2 years. Chop, downtrend, chop, come here and then kind of rally up, let them buy their positions, and then they will take it off. News will come out. I will reset this one because I need to. Did anyone swing 385 with me? No. No. Oh, I still got some 385. Okay, well, this is interesting here. Oof. Do you guys see what I see here, or you guys don't see what I see here? Phew.
Yeah, or it's the last little bit.
Man, we are at the, we are at do or die, guys. This is, this has another. What do you mean sharing out my sharing screen, or what do you mean?
No, nothing. Don't worry.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
SRBs. I don't know. What do you mean? Like post them or? Yeah, I'll post them. I typically post them under the Shorty's Corner. I usually post my. So I'll post them there. No worries. So I'm looking at the monthly candle here. So how would you guys describe? I want somebody to kind of price action wise, like just tell me the story. Does anyone know how to kind of read the price action and kind of tell me the story? Like you came here, the sellers defended, then you had the buyers never took out the previous high. Then we had a nice big old candle dump. We had a little bit of follow through, but then we reclaimed this level, the 334. And now we pretty much lost this right here. Was your, 318 was your dead level. The bears took control. The bulls tried to push it up. They created a trap for themselves at that 330 level. If you guys recall, we had that triple top. Do you guys recall that? So here, let me just kind of go back so you guys see it.
Yeah, 430, 330.
Yeah, so you had the 330 right here. 1, 2, 3. We had the triple top there. And then when you go on monthly, sorry, what month? And then you look at it on the monthly, right? So then this candle here, if this gets taken out, I am pretty positive that 260 is going to be next in line, which would be pretty much like the low here. That would be the next level that we are targeting on this guy. Does that make sense for everyone? Because that'll be your next kind of shelf as well. You probably have some shelves in between, but I don't know if they would play such a big role. You guys see how the bulls defended here, right here. So the 267. So you have 280, 267, and then you have below that you have like 246. A little bit right here. 240. So these are some high levels that we had, guys. These are like big boy levels based off the monthlies, right? And then you look at the weeklies and you see what's there, You see how it changes a little bit. So you have like 277 below 280 as well. Where are we right now in Qs? Does anyone know?
Uh,
288.
Oh, it has to be below 288. Has to be below.
I'm sorry, 283.50.
That sounds about right. And ES is just making another bear flag. That's 3 day. Let me check one day, see there's. Oof. So does this make sense from the last session when we talked about this was a range here? You guys recall this now? Remember when we said the break of this is going to be huge to the upside or the bear side. But, there's people leaning bullish. In the call, I even mentioned that I'm leaning bearish, but just because the environment, guys, they're setting this up to fail. They want the market down. Why would they want the market down? Just, put yourself in their shoes, right? You have billions of dollars. You just ran market from, pre-COVID highs of 237 to almost 500. I mean, why would you want to buy here? Right? Like, you don't want to buy here. They don't want to buy here. They want to buy right here again. They want to buy 187 this time.
And
so
actually,
that would mean.
Shorty, the after hours on Qs closed at 288.65.
Yep. And let me dip now because then Qs are down.
Yeah, but that won't happen until 1 in the morning. Free market.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do the math between it. What's the? I don't know. I don't feel like doing math.
Math's fun. 65 minutes.
I wouldn't know how to do the math between NQ and QQQ.
I just need to find weighted division. I mean, this is just, honestly, we have these levels. These are the levels, guys. 284 might be a level of bounce here. Let me just see if there's any that I did not chart on this from before. Okay, well, that's good to see.
40x.
So the VP right here, we have 286.29, which sounds we're below it. And then a big demand here, guys, at 282. Yeah, this is a big demand here. And it's what shape is this? What did I tell you guys in the PowerPoint that this was? Does anyone recall?
Lowercase b?
Yeah, what did it mean? When you're in a downtrend and you get a lowercase b, but the price goes up, what does it mean?
It's a demand zone?
It's a demand zone, but it's a short covering.
So short cover. I'm sorry.
Yep, it's a short covering, meaning we were so shorted that they were so short, the delta was so negative that they needed to buy stuff to bring it back to balance. And they brought it back to balance. And then this is your selling climax, right? So this is so there's a term called, if you guys look at Wyckoff, there's a term called buyer's exhaustion. Buyers were exhausted. So think about this. Buyers put a limit order of 1 million shares. Sellers are like, okay, here you go. Then they put another million, and the seller goes again and sells it. So that means the sellers were really, 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 really aggressive, right? So basically what the sellers do, and I'll try to give you guys a picture. So these guys are big boys, right? So they're full order. But let me just kind of disable this. And if this doesn't make sense, just stop me. So imagine this is their full order, right? So I'll kind of give you a visual. We call it the master order. And let's say this master order is 10 billion. Okay. Well, they can't sell 10 billion in a day, right? They can't even sell that in a couple of months. So what they do is they create these little chunks, right? And then they piece these orders. They come in through different networks, different brokerage houses, not broke houses. So just imagine, I'm trying to make it as visually as appealing as possible. So, okay, so all of these orders represent, let's say, 10 billion, right? So when you have, let me kind of enable this. When you have, if you want the price to go down, and let's say here the number was, let's say here was 500. How can the price go down if there's on a bid, there's 500? What do sellers have to do in order for the price to go down? Does
Sell
everybody
more than
understand the
500.
question?
They have to sell more.
So let me give you a bid, ask. So here, you have a bid, you have an ask. If the price here is, let's say, 380, and the bid here is 500, okay? There's 500 contract shares, whatever you want. And let's say here's, 340. How can this price go down? How can we bring this price down? Does anyone know?
Just buy them all up.
You buy everything that's here. Let's say this one here. All they have to do is buy them. And you know how they do it? They just send this block here. Poop. Sell it down. Poop. Then it comes here. Let's say, it continues down. And then, yeah, it's called goofing, right? So let's say at 365, here, there's a bid, and it's like astronomical. And people, what do you guys think people see this, the people that watch the tape? What does it look like here? There's a term called a wall. Oh, there's a wall at 365. Okay? So what goofing means is as the price is coming down, this 1, 2, 3, 1, whatever this order number was, let's say 12 million, it just becomes 123. As the price was coming down, they kept canceling the orders. So now this is no longer a wall. These people will just kind of send a block again, send another block till the 10 billion. They'll just buy every bid that's available. And that's called a master order being executed. And do you guys understand, if it's at bid, if you're buying at ask, right, that's called a market order. So you can buy market, you can buy limit, or buy stop limit, right? But all of those, if you look at the order types, not all of them go in the ask. If every one of them gets executed, not all of them are counted as a directional move to the ask. So a lot of tape people that read the tape, sure, it tells you, just because you see a number here, that doesn't mean anything. Because you know why? You know what's the only ones that show up on this tape here? What type of order shows up on the tape? Whoever gets this gets the Douglas Trading Book free.
Limit orders?
Only the limit orders. Just ping me your address and name. Only the limit orders show up on the tape. Do you guys know why not market orders?
Because Series 2 doesn't record the market orders because that's taken care of by the market maker.
Well, it's because it's at the market. Because whenever you get filled, let's say you get a filled at the buy stop, you're getting filled market order at the closest price. So they don't know, we don't know that there's a buyer at the market. Right now, somebody could come in and buy $2 billion at market on ES, and the tape readers would not know that's coming. These are passive orders, right? It's me and you. I'll buy, like I did, I'll buy Zscaler at 129.50. I left the order in good till canceled, and I just waited. And that order, once the price comes back to 129.50, it'll just get filled at that price, not more, not less. It gets filled at, and that's visible, and they see that order, especially L3. The liquidity makers, they see L3, and they see every one of your stop losses. So that's why market makers, that market buy, you don't see them, or market sell, you do not see those, and also your stop losses, you do not see them. Like we don't see them, they see it on L3. But stop losses here are not part of this tape. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of a big order, small orders, and how they manipulate this. It's so easy to manipulate this with big money. Just remember, just you put in numbers here, limit orders. If you have a $10 million account, you can fake this buy has a huge buy at 350 for 10 million. And as the price is coming by, you just click, cancel, and that order gone. Yeah, they might charge you a fee if you have such high liquidity, but maybe if you work in accordance with somebody or something, right, in a big house, clearing house, or a big brokerage, you manipulate the market a little bit that way. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Sorry for running off topic. I just want to give you guys a quick lesson on the tape. 65 minutes. Let's see this.
Shorty, just a question, like if they keep on buying, like is it not like will they not incur loss because the prices keep on coming down?
Well, how do you know that they didn't buy it? How do you know they didn't buy it at 130?
Oh, okay, got it.
They
So
could
they
have bought
bought it
it.
very low.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Okay.
if you look at this on 3-month candle, the POC is at $37.
Okay.
So that means the highest volume ever since 2000. The average is 37 bucks. So for him to offload $10 billion, he needs a lot of liquidity, right? I mean, you can't just offload $10 billion. It's not like it's pocket money. It's a lot of money. So for him, yeah, he sold some here. That's why the market moved. They saw some orders come in. He sold some here, sold some here. So you don't know how much that person has left in the fund or whatever it might be that's selling. But maybe once we come to here, he's going to be like, man, I'm all out of selling. And then you get the new buyers who find value at this level. And it's like, okay, well, let's do the same thing. And that's how you create new highs, right? They push the market to the highs and then they start selling orders. Oh, okay, well, I'm out of orders. Somebody else finds value and poof, keeps going.
Look how long it took to get back to 2000 high.
Oh, dude, yeah. I don't even
Shut
know.
up.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, we're in for a long ride here. 2 years. But I'm not trying to predict it. I'll just play whatever they give me. So any questions on this one? This might be pretty well for us tomorrow, especially if anyone swung those 385 puts. So below 280, I mean, it really, really opens up. I'm trying to find something, but it really opens up. Let me go 4 hours, see if they give me. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I see here. You have this guy. That's pretty much it. Then you have this, which is inside the range. Then it has that gap. You guys see the gap? There's a little gap here. 280. Yeah, okay. So it's right in the range here. Yeah, 282 would be level, and then 280 is the recent low. That's the low here. So let's see where we open up tomorrow, but that'll be the levels. We covered SPY. QZS, did we cover NQ? No. Let's see this one here. I mean, this was our level from last time. It's fucking clear. Go long or look for a rejection. And that was our first short, second short. Our level of balance, it tried to hold that, created a bear flag. And then, what we could do is we could measure this bear flag here and see kind of what technical level we'll get. So 3.5. So somewhere around here, and we're right below that now. We are at the last demand zone here. Here, what can happen here? Holy crap. Almost have to go on monthly again. I'll just remove these blue bars. I was just measuring the flag to see, and we are below it. So the next level is right here, this guy. Oof. Man. This would be brutal for the market if we go here, but we're headed there, so. Yeah, that would be the next level here. So you have 11,479, which is the recent low here. You just want to mark that. And you can expect, type of rejection, some kind of little bit of support, some kind of bounce in that area. But we're so far respecting these demand zones that we have. So now we just got to watch for bear flags and play them. So if we open weak here and we break this level of, let's say 11,550, round it up or down a little bit, then there's a strong chance that we're going to be dropping 11,491, and then if we lose that, we have another 500 points drop here on NQ, and I think we go down unless they're really spooking everyone and they convert this somehow. I don't know how, but it's possible. Just keep it in the back of your head. They could reverse the market by doing what? If the Fed comes out and says we're doing 25 basis points instead of 50, you guys, you have no idea how well the market will respond to that.
They could revise their CPI.
Well, they can, trust me, they can do a lot since they butcher the numbers. They can do a lot of damage with the, and I tried to explain to you guys before how it was measured versus how it is measured now in CPI, and they have the leverage to change it however they like. Right now, it's based on happiness basket instead of the actual products in the basket. So that's why they can control it. They can do whatever they want. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be key to watch the bear flags. Tesla had some news, I think. Let's see. Okay, so what should you guys do here based on volume profile alone? If we push to this level tomorrow, you should know what to do here. Right.
Short.
This level, if it pushes to this level, guys, it's fairly easy short. I mean, I don't know where where is it after hours? Okay, push right there. So right below 706, this can go down. What is this right here? I just covered it with you guys.
Cluster.
Cut off.
It's a failed auction. They did not complete the auction here on time. Something failed here. So that 718 is also a potential huge rejection waiting here. And how do we know? Well, you have this right here with the volume profile area that lines up again as a cutoff on the auction on the upside. Look at that. Yeah, we can do that flip. So there's a high chance we're gonna reject here, guys, on Tesla. And I'll be there honestly to catch this guy. I've been waiting, for the fall here. When it falls, 680 has 669. If my memory serves me well, it has a skinny belly at 669. Yep, 667. Okay, maybe my memory is going away. So, I mean, this would be, if you're really risky, you can take this skinny belly here, 676. So if this breaks, if it rejects, it has a really high chance of 676. And then this flag here, you can make it a little bit more aggressive. Don't be like Shorty. So even like this, if you definitely, I will take this, guys. I will take this short here. And you guys see the cumulative POC? So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably like 20 days. And where's the POC? Guys, right here, 7-11. I'm telling you guys, if this fails, this thing is dumping. I don't care about the split. Google died. Everything died from the split. So I'm not worried about Tesla. I'll just ask you a question. If you take Tesla out of the game, the life goes on. If you take Google out of the picture, I think many other businesses would be hurting too. They bring an additional value to the market besides just the car. And I think Tesla is highly overpriced stock. Doesn't mean I want to short it, but it's just highly overpriced. Yeah, so what do we see here? Anyone? So cumulative wise, right? We are right at this POC, guys. Look how well this POC 684. You guys see it? I mean, this is cumulative from March 21st. So this PC is, March 25th to current POC right here. This is a big boy POC right here. That's a big POC. Have you guys ever looked at like a 3 or month candle on this? You can't tell me this looks like a normal stock. Come on, guys. I don't see a difference between this one and this one. I mean, let me change this one to a monthly. Let's see. What was the other one that they used? It looks identical, right? They just didn't have a spike and then dump. Look at this. Roku went all the way up to 500, and it's coming back probably to $40, guys. And this one looks good for shorting, by the way. We need to look at this. So Tesla here, I mean, this is pretty big level on it. Would not be surprised if we revisit like this right here. 676 breaks, man. Let the gates open up on this because the next cluster will be right here. Somebody told me I want to buy Tesla at 500, and I responded with what? I think KSN was you. I told you no, I want it at 450. Yeah, so if I wanted to buy shares, this is my level where I want to buy shares on Tesla. It'd be around 450 instead of buying them right now. And guys, there's a high chance this is going to plummet even more. July 1st earnings. So after we come to this level, 611, we should probably look for some calls for swings for July. Because we'll catch the upfront. There's going to be retail that's buying. A nice trend here. Oof. This looks nasty. Not the best setup for it, but hey.
I missed that, Shorty. Calls on at what level?
At 450 on Tesla. Oh, I'm sorry, calls for July. Probably a 623-ish, 610, 623. you can start looking at some, I don't know what's the month end for July without looking at the calendar. What is it, the 22nd? So start looking at those calls, you know, see how they behave, see how the market behaves. But yeah, we have a huge bear flag, guys, a giant bear flag here. So if you guys look at this weekly bear pennant, it's another. Am I seeing that right? I am.
So if we got a call for 623, we're looking at a 711 reject.
The jet? Not following, sorry. If we hit 610, I would look to buy like 800 calls for July 22nd.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, it would probably then go up to about 711.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yep, yep. And you know that's where you would want to cut off majority of your winnings. So yeah, that's correct. And this is just a scary looking chart, guys. I'm just measuring the flag from top to bottom. And did you guys see where it's pointing at? Well, the Tesla fanboys don't want to hear it, but yeah, back to $100. Whew. Okay, well, what tickers you guys got? Let's see. I will post Twitter dumpster, and they will not like it. So this one's got it. So I have a nice rising wedge on the weekly. 3 days even better. I love 3 days for identifying like wedges and stuff like that. Just really, really clean. So we broke. So we're most likely headed here, 82, 89. So where are we after hours? Did anyone keep any of my AMD puts? Or you guys checking out early? The silence tells me everything. Yeah, this looks really weak after this demand zone here. After that, it really opens up. You can play at 87. And you can find these on your 30 minutes, guys. Because this has not completed all the way down. I will be adding shares of this stock as it dips through the levels. I'll be buying more stock into my Roth. So you're 91.37 if you want to short this cluster as soon as it breaks. This you can, or you just wait for 89.52, depending on where we open, right? Let's see, then you have a couple of, yeah, there's a double XPOC here. I'm just looking at the volume profile here. So this will be should be your exit. If you're shorting below 89.52, you have $3 here to short. So I would definitely do that. Okay. What do you guys got? Anyone? Oh, well, we should look at Amazon. Amazon has some room. Well, I say room for down, not up. I think if my memory serves me well, there's a little gap. Maybe not. And below 107, this is easy. Yeah, we'll do short. Yeah, so probably we open here. And if anyone held next week's 120, Amazon, it'll be a 2,000%, guys. So we shorted them here, if you guys recall. 122, we took a short on Amazon. It'd be $11 in the money right now. And then below 100, this opens up really bad. Oh yeah, look at that. So if you guys look, we actually did this on 3 months last time. So look at this. This was your 3-month breakout right here, this candle. If you guys look, that's your 3-month. Then below that, you get 95. Price action wise, 95 right on point. Here. So that'll be your level below 100 in case we go there. Shop. I do have shop calls still, unfortunately. I'll probably get slaughtered. But that was more of a hedge for my...
Shorty, what do you think of oil?
I think it's getting overextended. So below 348, I mean, we get, if I look at the VPR, if it serves me correct, yeah. We're going here, guys, on this. I might even look at this short. This is a really, really good setup, guys, for short. Don't short it here. Short it below. Well, if you're going to short this, 311, we are 348. Really opens up right here, guys. The gates open up right here, like 305-ish, a little bit higher than that. If you're going to go there, 307, then you have this here, and then it really freaking opens up and all the way down to 169. Don't say you can't do it, because I'll show you a stock that just did that. Here. We went back to it. Guys, we went back to the all-time POC on the dot. You guys see this? And this is why we use POCs, guys. This is why we use the VPOCs. I mean, every time it will lead you back to it. And look, I mean, it left from this on January 17th, guys. That's okay. You'll come back. And remember what they say. If you're patient enough, you can get... Do you guys seriously think they're not buying right here? Look at this volume bar right here. They're buying right here. And it doesn't matter. They're just going to continue buying. So... And with the news of China opening up and whatnot, they're going to continue buying that. So just FYI, this doesn't mean that it won't go. There's all the way to 100 that it can drop. So this is a really big POC here. But, you know, if we drop below 398, then let's kind of look at it, see for day trading what we got. Gonna bring the rest of the volume or... Wow. I mean, this is rough here now. Below 340, there's a strong chance that we go to 332. So if that's not enough meat, then don't play it. That's your low, and you have a flag here. And then you have a VPOC here, which can serve also as your short point or a rejection point from the bottom, continue down. And then your recent lows is 318. So I'll definitely watch that. You guys remember what I told you guys on SPY last week, last watch list? Does anyone recall? What did I say about these VPOCs when we talked about it? Does anyone recall what I said?
I think you said it's going to hit every one of those levels.
Yeah, I said it was going to hit these levels. It's going to hit them really, really quick. The rule is if you have more than 5 epochs in a row, guys, that's usually retail and short coverings. And then combine that, right, with the B shape, lower B shape here, which means short rally covering on, on a downtrend. And then it continues that with a P shape, fake one, dump it, reject, and continue. And then you kind of consolidate here. You have a buyer's exhaustion. And once you broke this level, if you guys recall, the 405 was a disaster level for SPY. And then boom. I mean, it dropped literally probably, 20 points tomorrow from that level from last week's watch list to here. No, I agree, Richie. I think we hit 382 and we get a rally here. So, or they break 382. My ideal scenario, if I'm a market maker, is this. I break this level, and why would you want to break this level here? Does anyone know? If you're a market maker, why break the recent low here? It's a trap, guys. They want to trap you, because then what would everybody do here at 380?
Short.
But they would buy the put from Shorty from the 350 put for July 15th. They're going to be buying puts from me here, and I will be closing the puts and going into the calls here. I will also shift to the calls around 380 because we're going to get a bounce of $5-6 here. Probably somewhere in between here. It will dip below 380, but they're going to come back and drive back up. When I say buyer's exhaustion, does everybody understand that, or is it too much? So basically, your buyer exhaustion goes like this. You go up, then you kind of go down, you go straight. This is where you're dying. And then you have the sellers, they take control. You also have a seller's exhaustion, which is basically the flip. Flip probably so excited I mentioned his name. And then you go to all-time highs. Let's do this. It would look like this. So this is your buyer's exhaustion here. This is your seller's exhaustion, right? So if you look at it, here's your buyer's exhaustion right here. Now it could be, so what could happen here is what? We come here, we dip low, and then you could consolidate here for a little bit, right? In this area. And if we do that, then you will know that the sellers are exhausted and that we might rip, right? And bounce and maybe even break this 417 and go to 430. Because I do think we cannot go down full leg till we tap 430. We need to revisit that area one more time. To me, this is just a liquidity right now that's being set up here for the downside. Okay. That's our epoch. 386 is going to be a tough level. Biden lost control, man, long time ago. He has nothing to do with it anymore, unless he turns on the PPT team and just prints money. But, you know, they lost the power of printing money because you're hurting people now with printing money. The inflation is so strong. You can't just continue printing money. Money is the issue. So you cannot add money to the issue anymore. They used that before when the pandemic happened, and they overused it. So now they're going to be a little bit hurting, you know. Yeah, you can just give out gas cards or, yeah. That's so funny. Somebody posted something funny on Instagram. It said, I went to KBB to value my car and asked me if the gas is full or empty. All right, so any questions on this?
Shorty, I have a general question. Like, if I am a swing trader, like, do I need to chart and look the levels at the higher time frame Once I find a setup, I need to come to lower time frame to just time my
Execute.
trade.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to find the supply and zones, like right. So here, right, we knew this area was kind of consolidation, right? So between 406 and 417. So each side that broke, you could have bought puts and swings, right? 406, you probably could have, like I bought July 15th, you know, I kind of bought them a little bit higher. I bought July 15th, I think it was 411 when we bought them. And we've been kind of riding that all the way down, right, for now, right? So if it goes to 350, right, we would probably make a lot of money. I think I have 30 or 20x on that one. So, so yes, you want to buy them. You want to find a demand supply zone on the highest time frame that you can. So let's say if I go to daily, right, and I look at these demand zones, right. So I'm seeing here that there was a gap. You see the skinny belly, right? What we talked about in the volume class. So if you knew that level was so important here, it was 4 or 5. Yeah, I mean, you're a risk manager. You're not a profit manager, and it shows you that once you break this level, there's a high chance that we're going to come back all the way to 390. So I mean, from let's say 406 to 390, that's $16, man. That's more than enough, right? Especially if you buy yourself some time. Let's say you bought, you know, August instead of July, and you bought 390 puts. I mean, you could have, you know, easily doubled your money on your investment. And for some people, doubling money is not enough. So you guys know that I'm happy with 10%. So I can make 10% daily, guys. I would sign up for that right now in my life. My VWAP settings. So let's see. Which one did the... So if you go here, I use that, and my standard deviation is 0.13 and negative 13 here. Only 2 bands. I don't have extra bands here. So that's it.
Hey, Shorty, I got a question about the VWAP that you use.
Mm-hmm. Try and see on YouTube. Let me just see if I can walk at least. Okay. What's the question? Guys there?
Yeah.
Somebody was going to ask a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not hear me?
No, I did not. Sorry, something happened.
Oh, I was asking. A lot of VWAPs use a standard deviation of 1, and as soon as it hits that, they expect it to bounce towards the center of the VWAP. But we tend to use the VWAP as a bouncing off of or crossing over.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems a little different usage. So I guess my question would be, why is that?
So when I tested this strategy, let's say maybe 10, 12 years back, I found that the deviation that they're using are less responsive in the strategy that I used, right? So for me, I found out that if I added a little bit tighter standard deviation than normal, what they use, and I think they use the first standard deviation is like, I don't even know anymore, honestly. I think it's the first standard deviation or second that they use on the settings now. Let me see here, and I'll tell you why. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, not that one. Okay, well, maybe not. So I don't know the standard deviation, what they even use anymore. I've been using mine at 0.13 both ways, and that's been the most accurate one for me to play the bounces or the pass-throughs of those levels, because it seemed like anytime I had a single line on the VWAP and it would kind of go there, it would get stuck at the 0.13 deviation up or down. So and then when I back tested and I tested, it always showed that it was more accurate than actual standard VWAP cross or short below or kind of bounce place. Because usually it would come to the bottom of that cloud and you see a spike up And those people that shorted off the middle line of a standard VWAP, they would get caught in the trap and they would have to close the position.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. What other tickers you guys want? Anyone?
How about Apple?
Apple. Okay, Apple has support at 135. Pretty good support. 135.50 is really, really good support here. Hold on, I don't want to leave off right now. And a lot of people use VWAP the wrong way too, so we'll talk about that in next class. When I finish the volume profile, I'll explain that to you guys. A lot of people use VWAP so heavily in a trending day. You're not supposed to use VWAP in a trending day. Yeah, so we have a demand zone, I mean, or our VPOC's right here. So I'm pretty sure we're going there. Yep, we're going to this volume cluster right there. And then we got to find the zone below it because that's the most recent one that we got. And if we break that, then you got 130. Pretty much it's going to happen quick. You have that one. And then if you break 129.64, then you have a nice little dump of $2 here. This is pretty safe play here. If it, you know, I don't know where we're going to open, right? But I would expect us to hit 134 tomorrow.
One more question, like, sorry, go ahead.
Nasty looking chart. I mean, this is let's just say it better hold this 67. If it doesn't, this is an easy short. Yeah, this could, you know, it has a $10 drop then right after that. And honestly, I should probably play some puts on this for the earnings. The only reason that I say maybe not is because the Salesforce had decent ER. They seem to be buying Salesforce. Other than that, I think this is ready for a short. Does anyone know if they're still in the conversation to buy TikTok? Yeah, they're not in the conversation. I mean, I'm familiar with their Oracle Cloud product, and it's not the cleanest product, let's say.
What ticker is that, Shorty?
This is Oracle. Yeah, this is easy short 57. I might just get some 57s tomorrow for fun. Yeah, this looks fairly weak. This looks good. Yeah, we'll short this guy. We said, no, Adobe. What happened to? Wow, 393. Does anyone want to guess where Adobe was in 2000? Do not look at the chart.
It was like $4.
It was like a 159. You know what they're known for? Anyone? What changed their stock to be 500 or run almost to 1,000? Does anyone know?
Is it Reader?
They're
SaaS service.
Dumpster and Options got it. is the subscription model. They're the first company that did a subscription model on their service, on what they were offering. Meaning, a lot of companies would be like, hey, like remember Microsoft, right? They would buy you had to go to the Staples, Office Depot, and buy the Microsoft Word CD. Well, Adobe was the first one to switch, and it's the hardest thing you can do as a company, guys, to make the migration to as a service model. And they were the first company in the world to do that. So they're a really powerful company. I just don't know. I mean, everything's getting dumped now. So, and from volume perspective, do I have to tell you where they bought it? Oh my God. This is just crazy. Their average was $5. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, they hit the pre-COVID high at 387.
Skinny belly right there.
Yeah, they hit it pretty nicely here. I mean, if they break right here below 380.48, guys, this is a pretty good looking short. I'll definitely short it here, and then we know where it would head, as long as you're not like Dumpster. Dumpster, did you swing any 3800s with me? I think you said you did. First time he held something more than 2 minutes.
You still got most of your 350, Shorty?
I have all of them.
Oh yeah.
I have every single one. I sold AMD. I have 2 on AMD left.
It's crazy.
AMD should be, if it opens, AMD should be over 1200% for me tomorrow. So it'd be $400 to about $4,000.
What's your Amazon end up going?
The last one that I saw, I think it was 20. I didn't check past that. I think, I mean, I can
Wow.
find out real quick.
That's crazy.
Amazon 120s are at, they're right now at 10.7. The high was 11.17. Maybe not. Let me make sure I'm on the right date. 10.17. But I think my biggest sell was 10.05 or 10.25. One of the two. I can check. But it was good. I think our fill was 225 when we got in.
That's what I was looking at. Crazy.
That was a good play. That was a good play. So I would definitely look to short this right here tomorrow. Adobe. I mean, it's good. There's also Twilio, which is, whew, holy crap.
What's that at right now?
Oh my
90.
Dude, it got decimated. This is a penny stock behavior. I mean, this is just so sad. Does anyone know there's a pattern that's highly probable? Does anyone see where it's at? Called Anim double top. And there's something right here. This is your neckline of a double top. What do I tell you on double tops? Not to do what? You do not short this. You short the retest right there. And then you put the candle above the previous side, slightly above. So here, psychologically, this would be really good. 373. Look at this area. You had a nice area here to 246. And then you have 200. Then you had a skinny belly all the way to 150. And then you see the congestion here. And this stock, I mean, it can go at $62 right now. So below 84, guys, you want to play some 60s or wait for a bounce and then get 60 calls, 60 puts. That's probably fairly decent setup. Nvidia probably 150s. Yeah, Nvidia needs to go 150s. Yep. Nvidia's headed to 135, so this might be an easy short. It might get my interest because I used to trade this stock religiously. The only stock I ever traded. I hope they do not break this right here tomorrow. This would be beautiful. This would be really nice. Does anyone see what we got here?
Bear flag. We'll pin it.
Yeah, we got a little pennant. And I mean, if this breaks, guys, 140. We get $20 drop in the video. So should be
When
fun.
we say break, right, like do we need to wait for the, let's say 30 minutes candle close, or I have to just give few more
Well,
candles?
I mean, depends what are you doing, right? If you're day trading, you know, you want to use maybe 5 minutes, wait for the candle to close below it, then see if there's a retest, right? And then short it. If you're playing, let's say, you know, swings, like you said, you're more interested in swings, then use like 30 or 65-minute candles and see if that one closes. As soon as it closes, you enter your position or wait for a retest, up to you. And then, you know, set your risk. What are you willing to risk? What is your exit plan? And if it hits, you just close the trade. You lost and you move on. You accept your loss. And then if it goes, you know, in your favor, then you trim as you go. And, you know, there's some levels that you want to be aware of as you're coming down, right? So you have a shelf here at 153. So this would be a really good short right here below 160, 158. Would probably be fairly good.
Yeah, if I am a swing, like I will go for 30 minutes candle close, and next 5 minutes I have to leave, or like just in general I have to give like another 30 minutes or 60 minutes candle close or the
Well, I would
retest.
watch. It's up to you, right? I mean, it's your risk. If
Okay,
you want to swing off of 5 minutes entry, sure, you can do that. You can use the, you know, large setups, large levels, and execute on 5 minutes. Most people that swing, they use higher time frame for entry too. They wouldn't use a 1 minute entry for a swing position, right?
okay, got it. Thanks, Shorty.
Yep. Where I short usually, and Catching Rockets knows, I short here.
Here comes the reality. You don't wait for a close below. You short the top of the flag.
I take the top of the flag, but as you get comfortable, right, you would do that, right? So you would go here, you would short it all the way to the bottom here. Most likely, some people will get some calls. You'll get a little bounce all the way up to here, because you have a little volume shelf telling you. And then this would be a really good short as well for me. This is something I would look to short right here. And then there's a high probability. Once you break this, what does this look like then?
ABCD.
ABCD. It would look like that. And then if I grab my fibs, it will confirm it. If I grab it from here to here, look, 1618 would be kind of like right here. So that's kind of the way I would have played it, or would play it, ideally. I don't think we make it back up to 188 anytime soon. Unless they announce something.
Looks like we're open where you said.
I'm sorry?
Looks like we're about to open where you said. Friday.
Where are we?
We're bear flagging on the 5th.
Yeah, we got a little ways to go. I mean, we could open up right there on that level.
This bear flag breaks, we'll be there.
Yeah. Our calls are at 17.7, guys, right now. From 2-1, 17.7. Yeah, I just bought you guys a lifetime membership if you want it. So we'll watch this, see how it does, and then, you know, just simply just measure this one. We're adding another 1.6%. The entry would be the break of this POC. Oof, wouldn't this be sweet? Oof. For these puts that we have, this right here would be pretty freaking sweet. That means we would open up, if my math's right, dumpster, our puts would open up. That would be another 50 points. Yeah, they will open up between 35 and 40.
We're talking about if that bear flag breaks right there?
Yeah, if this breaks, our puts would be about 40. So it'd be $200 to $4,000.
That's under 38. Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little push here. So if you guys want to practice something, where do you guys think we'll reject? Where's the probabilities of your rejection right now?
Volume cluster.
38, 48.
Yeah, so you have a volume cluster right here. Your first one, your second one that's really, really powerful is right here. If you want to grab that, sure. This is going to be a major, major rejection here. But, you know, they first have to get through this guy here. Let's see if they do. Because here is your lower high, lower high, lower high, higher low, higher low. And as most people would call it, it's called what, Dumpster? You can go ahead and say it, man. I know you're excited.
Ascending triangle.
Yeah, there we go. It's an ascending triangle, guys. No, it's not. It's still bear flagging. So we would watch for this. They're going to set up a trap to here and then dump.
I'm with Dumpster. That's an ascending triangle.
Yeah, fuck you.
Even at right angle.
I used to scream it all the time in the old group when it was just a bear flag.
Yep. So we'll probably, break this, come back to this supply right here. And you guys know just from the smart money concepts that this is a supply here, right? There's your indecision candle that we were looking at, right? And there's a little bit of volume spike right here on that candle. And then you can see, there's emptying. And then there's a little supply created here as well. You guys see it. And there's an imbalance from it right here. So you're looking at this now, these levels. But it's a B-shaped volume profile. So if we dump, next day we come back to POC, reclaim it, and we go long. This will be our go long level on the reclaim, 38.40. If this POC doesn't shift, right? I mean, that's me saying on a developing POC. I don't know if that's going to stand or not.
KSSN makes a good point. We should let new people know about that joke.
Yeah, for new people, this is not an ascending triangle. Ascending triangles happen only in a bullish formation, right? So this, what you're seeing here, is really not an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle pattern would need to occur, if you go back on, let's say 1 month, it would need to occur somewhere here now. If we, let's say we consolidated here and we take out 42.20 and we don't make any new lows like after this one here, that'd be an ascending triangle. Or this would have been a perfect one right here. If, we're at all-time highs and let's say this candle, was never there and it looked like this and then it took off, I mean, that would be an ascending triangle. And here's one right here. That's a fairly good one, right? So if you guys look at it, this was a really nice one here. This is an ascending triangle here. And then we had the COVID. And then.
So ascending triangles happen in uptrends, not downtrends. But a lot of people on Twitter will post, quote unquote, an ascending triangle in a downtrend, which is actually a bear flag. So we joke about it.
Yeah. And if you've been taught otherwise and you play them, you can continue playing them. I don't like calling them what they're not. And here goes a trap. Now watch this right here. Watch this right here. There's a mini shelf here. So let's see how it does. Todd doesn't let us execute orders after hours on SPX, huh?
No. Bummer.
I would have sold it at 20. When it hit 19.9, I would have sold it.
We all need to switch to interactive brokers.
Yeah, I don't know what their fees are. Probably through the roof.
They're more expensive, yeah.
Yeah. What is this? All this talk about? Ooh, that's expensive. Celsius. What is going on? Is this the drink or something else?
KSSN said it's $1 to $1.50 per side.
Yeah, it's a energy drink.
Yeah, but I don't know. They did something with Bitcoin. They pulled the money out or something.
Dude,
There
Bitcoin's
is
getting
another crypto Celsius, some network related thing I heard. I don't know whether that's related to this company.
Bitcoin's getting wrecked. It's at 25
Ooh.
right now.
Wow, dude, they lost 32. I didn't even know they lost 32.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
it was
killed.
literally just at 30, like when we started the video.
Ethereum
Oh
bounced
wow.
7% almost.
Okay, well here's your level. Whoever's trading Bitcoin, if you're
It's going to 20 grand. Jesus.
Ooh,
Yeah, it did
that's
start falling
estimated.
recently.
So this is gonna get decimated, guys. This is headed back to 10K.
Like I said, under 20, it's going right good.
Slavi, do you remember SoFi?
Yeah.
Well, didn't I tell you you're gonna get a great chance of single digits?
I know. I want it at 3 now, and I'll be happy.
This they'll be bought up, but not yet, man. They'll go to $4 first.
Lower, and I'll be good.
Fubo is my favorite. They were.
Oh.
This is where what's his name? The forum from Twitter. I forgot his name.
Zach Morris?
Yeah, Zach Morris was telling people it's a good buy at $30.
Sounds like Jim.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, guys. So I don't have anything else.
Shorty, it's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Shorty.
And Tego, we usually play only a handful of patterns, and we can post them for you. We only play 3 or 4 patterns, and then candle formations, which is different. 2 to 3 candle formations. Yeah.
Tego, I'll probably do a video live sometime this week, and we can go over patterns and stuff.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you guys. Bye bye.
A lot of people on Twitter will